going on, y'all? Aaron Day, KetoSavage.com. I'm just kidding. My name's not Aaron Day, but we are using his recipe from his book, Keto Sweet Tooth Cookbook from Aaron Day, Fat for Weight Loss.
This is one of my favorite books. We got his permission to do a video on these cookies because I don't want to share his recipes when you should buy the whole cookbook. But these are our favorite cookies ever, I think.
She's made other cookies, and I don't like them because they're not these cookies.
He just keeps saying, well, can you just make those ones that I really like? And there's these ones. So
these ones.
We're going to show you guys the chocolate chip cookies, gluten-free, sugar-free. For anyone who's not actually keto, these are still a really, really great option. So what we're going to do first is just show you what we have. So we're going to be using, I can't remember, 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract, 1/2 of a cup of just your chocolate chips. We are using the Lily's brand. And then in here we have some Redmond real salt, some xanthan gum, and some baking powder. There is 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of the salt. That is 1/2 cup of butter, just 1 stick, 1 egg, 2 cups of almond flour, and 1 cup of sweetener. He recommends a granular erythritol. This is actually erythritol and a monk fruit blend, but you can use whatever you prefer. That's it. That's what we're going to start with. So
Preheat the oven to 185 degrees.
That's a lie.
355 degrees. 180 degrees Celsius.
Get out of here. 355 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and warm. Ours is already preheated. But we're going to go ahead and just melt down the butter a little bit. If you have a mixer, you can use that with just like room temperature butter. But we are not fancy for the mixing. We like to hand mix everything around here. So we're going to
pop this in the microwave.
Yep. Okay, so now that we have the butter melted, we're going to go ahead and add that
Pour it in here.
To the erythritol. And Robert loves to do all the mixing and adding, so
I'm the brains behind the operation, in case you hadn't noticed.
Yep. And you can get out like a spoon from the drawer.
Oh, really?
This does say to use a hand mixer and then to beat the ingredients on medium for 1 minute. And then you're going to add in the vanilla. But we don't have a hand mixer, so.
We do have a hand mixer.
Literally your hand.
All right, now what?
So I'm going to add in the vanilla. Every time I've made this, I've made it without a mixer, and they turn out wonderful, so.
This is pretty good just by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like some pudding or something.
Pudding. And I'm also going to add in the egg as well.
Alright, now what?
So the nice thing is you don't have to add things separately to like 2 different bowls and then add them together. We're just going to add it all into this mixture. So the next thing we're going to do is add the almond meal.
Almond flour or almond meal?
Okay, so he does. It's going to beep a couple of times. So in the recipe, it does say almond meal, but every time I've ever made it, I have used almond flour.
Is there a difference?
It's just almond meal can tend to be a little bit more coarse, and the flour is a little bit more fine. I'm going to go ahead and add all of these 3 in there as well.
Who this hand makes your battery's running low?
You want me to take over?
No, I got this. What is that? The little powder mixture?
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate chip cookies?
Yep, and it says to fold in the chocolate chip cookies.
What does that mean?
Mix it in there. I'm gonna use some parchment paper and I'm just gonna spray it down real quick because I really like to make sure that things don't stick, because there's nothing worse than making a delicious recipe and then it sticking to the pan or the paper.
This looks folded in to me.
Looks pretty delicious. Alright, I think that's good. I'm gonna borrow that spoon. So, next thing we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna spread this around a little bit because it didn't spray evenly. So the next thing we're gonna do is just divide it into, so I think this one says 12. 12 equal sized pieces and just roll it into the little balls. I will say that we had one that was like, they were little balls and I didn't push them down and they were perfect. The ones that we did squish down ended up being super flat and not so cute or delicious. I mean, they were still really good. They were just a lot more crisp. And so I would suggest keeping them in the rounded ball and like maybe just slightly pushing them down. So we can just roll them into the little balls.
All right, how big a ball are you going for?
About 12 equal parts.
And the beauty of this is that it's really good raw as well.
He knows that it drives me nuts when he does that. I don't know why it drives me nuts. Alright, so if you have children, or in my case, Robert helping you, they might not be as evenly
She called my balls loud side.
Might not be as evenly distributed. Like this one has a ton of chocolate chips in it. Some of them are bigger than others. We ended up getting 14 with the one that Robert ate. So I'm just slightly pushing these down. They are ready to be put in the oven. So we're gonna throw them in the oven for 10 minutes and follow the directions on this because you will not regret it. I thought that they were not gonna be cooked long enough or fully enough, and I overcooked them that time. Then I actually cooked them for the 10 minutes and they turned out like perfectly, deliciously gooey, but not too doughy. It was perfect. So just follow the instructions because don't pull a crystal. So here we go.
10 minutes, 355. What's up, y'all? It's been 10 minutes in the oven.
Yep.
Let's pull them out and eat one.
So, as I mentioned, when you pull them out, they're gonna look doughy. You're gonna be like, man, these look real soft. I don't think they're finished yet. They are.
They feel super soft.
Unless you want like a crispy cookie, then you just flatten them down and cook them longer or whatever. But they're perfect like this. Big key point here is to not remove, or either remove them from this pan and put them on just like the, what are those called? Like
plate?
Yeah, like a rack. And that way they can get air underneath and on top, but they're super
soft.
They're super soft. They're going to easily fall apart. So I would just leave them sitting for about, he recommends about 30 minutes. I really think they're fine probably after about 10 minutes. But they're super soft, so don't try to move them immediately because you'll regret it. Or you won't because then you get to eat all the crumbs. But we're going to move one right now so that we can try this thing.
Big one with all the chocolate chips in it.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, looks good. You want to eat it with a fork?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
We already know these are delicious, so we're just excited about it.
They do harden up a little bit if you let them cool, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely do. Oh, man.
But we ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You can see how like soft they are on the inside, but they continue to cook when they're just sitting in their little ball-shaped form.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
I know. This is literally my favorite keto treat.
Robert used to not really eat a whole lot of sweets. I was always the sweet tooth person. But since I started making these cookies, he has asked me to make them more frequently. So,
Nuh-uh.
You already got your 2 bites. Get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Keto Sweet Tooth Cookbook by Erin Day. Fat for weight loss. We are going to put the link to this, where you can buy this book, in the description below. There's a ton of recipes in here. I've made a bunch of them. I love every single one.
I mean, look at that. Look at that.
I know, so good. But I've made a bunch of these different recipes. There's different, like, brownies, coffee cakes, biscotti, puddings. There is a ton of different recipes in here. They've all been super amazing. They're all really clean ingredients.
They're all super simple too. Like, it's not like you have to be a pro.
Nope, super simple. So
I mean, I made the cookies. I mean, if that's showing you something.
we'll put the link to that in the description. But his book is really affordable. I don't think this one. Yeah, this one says $19.99, but I'm pretty sure it's even cheaper when you buy it on Amazon.
Just got the ebook or something.
So, anywho, that's that. Enjoy your cookies.
For the full recipe, macros, video breakdown, all that good stuff on this recipe with the cookies, check out the website, ketosavage.com, and we'll see you next time.